working on a Can-Am and we are doing a whole light package. And here were the goodies we are installing. We got a strut tower light bar, we got a new grill with a light bar, and we got a bunch of pods that I kind of want to set up to put as ditch lights. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the grill and the strut tower light bar because I still don't have a bracket to kind of make these work yet. I'm gonna go ahead and start the shock tower bracket to mount the light bar, and first thing is taking off the hood. And now we have access to these bolts, and that's where our bracket's gonna mount, just something like this. So the bracket is on. Now we install the brackets for the light bar, and I guess it goes something like this. So I was a little confused how the brackets went on at first, but now I got it, and that's how I did mine, just like that, and it came out pretty good. Well, we got that one figured out. Now it's time to put this one on. I'm trying to do it right before it gets dark, so I'm at least gonna try to take this off. My front end was held out by 2 zip ties, so don't follow my instructions from here, but most of it was held on by there. So I took off the whole front end just to make it a little easier to access the grill. I did record a little bit. I lost some footage, so I didn't record. Okay, so yesterday the darkness did beat me, but I was able to mount the grill, and the way I mounted it is through these 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got a brace right here, and it basically grabbing onto the plastic right here and right here, and it should be sturdy enough to hold on. The fun part is to run the wiring, and I do want to run it before I put the plastics on through here. Got my harness ran through the grommet right there, and I do have one light fully connected, and here's my other end for that light, which will go on once I put it on. Also got my harness for the pod lights I'm gonna put. I just don't know how I'm gonna mount them yet, but I got the harness ready right here, that way I don't have to take everything back apart over again. But I got that back zip tied and got it ran through. Now I do need to take off my seat so I can access the panel and fully connect the harness to the power. And this is where my switch will go. the front end somewhat put together, and damn, this thing is looking pretty good. I did go ahead and take off both my seats already and tore the interior part and wired my harness through. And the way I did it is the harness went through here all the way over here. I buttoned up my relays right there, tied up all the excess harness right there, my 2 fuses are right there, and it went through on the other side. And right here is where I connected it through this distribution block. Right here is where all my accessories are connected. These are my power and these are my grounds. My switch for my light bars are right here, and the pods would be right here. Now let's go ahead and give this some power and see if it is all working. I'm just gonna flip the switch, and there you go, we got power. Look at that. Damn, these things are bright. Whoever is in front of me in the dunes is not gonna be happy with not have all of these lights on. And we still got 4 more pods to connect right there and right there. I did order some brackets already, and once they get here I will see how I want it fully set up. I already have the harness ran through, is somewhere right there, nice and zip tied, ready to go for when those come in. But for now I'm gonna go ahead and put all the interior back together and buttoned up this whole front end. Okay, so I got my panels put back together and secure. I got my seats all back and secure. I got my whole front end nice and secure as well. I also painted these trim pieces. I was trying to get a similar color to the cage. It's not quite there, but it still looks pretty cool. It gives it a better contrast than just being all black. So I finally got some brackets for my light pods to mount on the side, but I made a mistake. These are 1.5 inch big on the round side, and this tubing is like 2 inches, so this won't work. But what I have seen people been doing is they kind of just mount them right here somewhere by the windshield, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and drill this hole out and pretty much bolt it on there and see how it looks from there, but it kind of ain't no going back after that. So I got my hole drilled out where I wanted it, and instead of putting a bolt and a nut, I just got a nutser. That way I don't have to worry about holding a nut in the back. So now I can just put my bolt on there with no problem. So I got one fully mounted. I did wish I put it a little lower, but oh well. I was also supposed to figure out how to put these on, but I think I'm just gonna put these to the side and mount them later. I think later on I'm gonna get like a little bull bar or something in the front, and then I'll just put those in the front right there. So that's how she looks right now. All I gotta do now is pretty much wire them and tuck them in. I got this side connected. I just gotta tuck it somewhere because it's pretty long, and the other side I gotta make it longer. So we got both fully on and wired in, ready to go. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Kind of like a mid to me right now, but they are on and ready to go. I will fix the wiring and tuck it in a lot better later on, but for now I was just gonna get ran through here since I already ran my wiring and it's already set up to go. But let's go ahead, give it some power and see how they look. Okay, not gonna lie, that looks pretty sick, and those things are super bright. Now these will definitely give me a lot more visibility down at the dunes. So I came down to an open area to get a better view of it, and this thing looks so good. I still don't know about the placement, but it looks pretty cool. I love the color of the lights, and they're super bright. Maybe next I'll get like a front bumper or bull bar or something, and I'll mount those 2 other pods I have in the very front right there. But for now, this is cool, and I do want to get like that Baja design pod light bar. That thing would look so sick, but I don't know about spending over $1,000 on a light bar. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. That's pretty much a good wrap up for this video. I actually don't think I've given the introduction for my Can-Am. I think I've had this for about 2 years, but I think in the next video I'll give you guys a full walk around of my Can-Am. I want to do a video like a day at the dunes, so I think that would be a pretty cool video, pretty much just a cool little vlog, but stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and stay tuned for more content.